Welcome, Scorpios. So this will be a general reading for our Sun, Moon, Rising Scorpios. Not forgetting Venus, and also any cross watchers that are out there, or anybody that just happens upon this video. There may be a message in here for you. I truly believe that sometimes we find messages where we may not have looked for them. So as it is a general and it's not a one-to-one, it may not resonate all the way through, but there could be something in there, or in here rather, that helps you along your soul path. So let's have a little look. Let's have a shuffle for Scorpio. This should follow through for the 8th through to the 15th of June, but it doesn't need to be time stamped. As I said, when you find this video, usually we find our little messages when we need them the most. So I hope there's something in here for you tonight. I am starting with the water signs, as I am one myself. And, oh, we have some sticky cards. Maybe some sticky situations going on. Let's have a look and see what's here. Already we have a deep reading on our hands. Let's follow through a little bit more. We have some wonderful, wonderful new beginnings here. Some stability and some new actions and adventures being taken, I can see straight away. Top of the card we have the Ace of Cups. Let's see what's on the bottom. Okay, the Ace of Cups is absolutely fantastic. We can't go wrong with that. We have two aces here already, which is absolutely fantastic. So we have two very new beginnings, action being taken. It seems to me, Scorpio, that you've had to walk away from something. I would see that it was an emotional subject that you've had to walk away from. It could have something to do with children, the past, something where you've had to go inside yourself and take a deep look at what has happened, and you've done that successfully. You've brought justice to your own situation. It's not clear yet what the situation is, but I think you may have had to spend quite a bit of time reflecting on that. Maybe stability was lost, and there was definitely some emotional loss here. But we have some action. Some things have been put into motion for you. You've put them into motion yourself. You've used your head. You've cut through a situation. I have a feeling that you're on your own. This is for the single Scorpios. But you are showing up as abundant, and you are showing up as stable. If not yet, that is coming very, very soon for you. You may have a new home on the horizon, there may be a new job, but there's something here that's going to bring you some stability from this walking away situation. You've taken action. You've taken action. You may have been stagnant, stuck for a while, and you had to go inside yourself. You had to do some meditating, some self-reflection, spend some time on your own. And I think it's got to do with the past. I think there's some nostalgia here. But justice has either been brought to the situation already or is very, very, very nearby. And I think you brought that in yourself. I think you used the logic and the lessons that you've learned along this journey. I'm not 100% sure what the journey is that you've come from yet, but I think it left you feeling quite sad, fed up, and unable to see that there were new things on the horizon for you. But you got yourself out of that situation when you were alone, when you were with your thoughts, when you were contemplating where you've been. You had some ideas about how to bring stability back into your life, and you've sown the seeds and you've moved forward. You've actually jumped forward 2 steps. So from sowing that seed, from looking out across the bay and hoping that your ships would come in, you put some action forward, and it is moving for you, and it's bringing you stability in the sense, I feel, of a home. I feel finances. I feel that you used such a clear logic. You sorted through your own head and you cut through the emotional sadness that you were in, and you were able to bring yourself, or are coming up to the point that you have new beginnings here. And you've done that yourself. You've brought justice forward for yourself. And I think you're on your own at this point. I don't feel that you've got a partner with you or anybody supporting you. You may have had to be a little bit cold in this process. There may have been people around you that you had to tell some truths to, cut back, come away from them, pull back your energy. Put your defences up almost. But you never lost heart. You never lost who you were. It hasn't turned you cold. You aren't cold. And you aren't bitter. I do feel this was an emotional situation for you. I was going to say loss, but I'm not sure it's a loss as in the fact that you took charge of the situation. So I do believe that something may have caused this, where you had no choice but to rise above, take everything that you've learned in this life, take a very, very, very brave step to leave something behind. And I think whatever it is that you left behind, you absolutely love, and you still love, and you always will love, and it may come back into your life, but for some reason you've had to go in a new direction, a creative new direction, a passionate new direction, and you are going there. It is most definitely happening for you, and it is bringing in absolute stability, abundance, grounding, and maybe a home. Maybe it's a home that you had to walk away from. Let's have a little look and get some more clarity. Definitely a new beginning. You're definitely on your own at the moment, taking a leap of faith. You've had to cut so many things out. You had to get sharp. But Scorpio, being who you are, you're such an emotionally deep human. It's impossible for you to ever turn ice cold or bitter. It just doesn't happen. I think you're just building yourself back up from something. Let's have a little look and see what you may have had to walk away from. So some truth came in. And whatever this truth was, it enlightened you. You rose above it though. You did not do anything destructive. You used your mind. You used the truth that came in. You weighed up the situation. You cut through it. You dropped that sword and you left. You walked away from that situation. It isn't easy. It isn't easy to be on your own. It wasn't an easy choice for you to make. There were secrets here. But you did cut through the truth. You really did. I don't think it was an easy choice. I think it was a hard choice for you. It played havoc with your mind and wasn't so easy going on your mental health. But you used the high priestess within you. You used your spiritual side, your spiritual mind, your spiritual essence, your wisdom, your strength, your power and your bravery. And when this truth came in, or these truths came in, you knew it wasn't for you. You knew you couldn't do this anymore. And you took the little that you had. I don't think you took much with you when you left, when you walked away from this situation. The situation from the past, so it could have been a situation that went on for a very long time. There's a lot of nostalgia in this reading. And some starry nights, so some wishes were lost. But it was definitely truth that came to light. It could have been regarding a home or a family. That's not here yet. But that is to come. Stability is coming for you. If you don't feel stable at the moment, and this truth has knocked you off, knocked you out, it's definitely ending. Let's have a look. So you've had to start again. You've been stuck in this situation for such a long time that it almost killed you. Being betrayed. This truth was a betrayal, a deep betrayal, but the whole time that you were feeling like you'd been killed from this truth, Spirit has been here the whole time. You've always been wise. The wisdom shows through. You're brave. And Spirit has been watching this. And they are bringing in gifts for you. The gift of stability, the gift of a new home, the gift of a new job, the gift of courage to go and do this on your own, because you are still on your own here. You are going to build your world back up. Your world is going to flourish. You're going to be taking risks that you didn't take before, coming out of the stagnant, stuck, horrible feeling. There is an ending here. The truth brought about this ending. Justice brought about this ending. But I believe that you were a big part in bringing justice to your own life. As I said before, this could have been going on a really long time. And we have a few moons here, so there were a lot of secrets that came out, maybe are still coming out. And it did put you alone in a situation where you are alone and you have had to sit with yourself. You have had to find the light within yourself. You've had to recover from a spiritual death experience, a spiritual one, and they're not easy. They're not easy. But you're still beautiful, you're still abundant, and you're still moving forward. You've been weighing up your options, you're looking out, you're wondering what you could do next to build yourself back up. You've taken the steps to do that, and you've jumped a whole stage, and now there is movement forward in the creative aspect, the fiery aspect, the passion. You're still healing after taking so many swords to the back and so much betrayal, but Spirit came in here. This had to end for you. Nobody should have to live in this, whatever caused this for you, and put you in the hangman position and returned you back to the very beginning to start your life again. You are a queen. So there is no doubt whatsoever that this is a situation that you lived in for a long time, and to start your life when you're a little bit older isn't always easy, but then you have to think of it in the way of the knowledge that you've gathered throughout the years. So that's why you're able to recover from this. And you're so wise, you're so wise. You were always wise. It never left you. Even when you were buried alive and you didn't think you would recover from the pain, you did, and you healed yourself. You went inside, or you still are. You still are healing, but you've come a long way. And in that healing, not only have you had to pick yourself back up, but you've moved forward. You've moved forward. You've put actions. You've made things happen for yourself. There may be only small ideas into a new horizon that you've not seen before, somewhere where you've not walked before, and you've stayed with your integrity. You haven't wavered in any way, shape or form who you are. You've stuck to your guns, and you're picking yourself back up. And here we have it again: transformation, change. There's so many aces in this reading. It's fantastic. I mean, I think you may have them all now. You do. You have all the aces. So you are emotionally and spiritually. There's so much going on. There's so much passion. There's so much action. There's so much logic. There's so much stability. And there's also love and compassion and empathy. All of this is coming back to you because of the work that you've done, and you've earned it. Spirit is here. They have your back. They're healing this. They are most definitely healing this. They're proud of you for walking away, Scorpio, and starting again. They're proud of you for being brave when you didn't know what direction to take, and you went inside and you used your spirituality, you used your intuition. You kept hopeful. You kept growing the thoughts inside your head that would pick you back up. And to have 4 new beginnings in all the elements here is confirmation that you are on a new path, you're on a new journey, and wherever you've placed your energy, wherever you creatively have been leading yourself, wherever your feet are taking you one step at a time, you are moving. You have so much knowledge, and you still maintained your compassion. You've still maintained who you are. There is nothing here that suggests that you turned cold. Nothing whatsoever. Look, it's because you're strong. It's because you're courageous. It's because you're brave. You will always be that. It's infinite. It's who you are. Nothing can change that for you. And that's something to be so proud of. When this has happened to you, and it's taken the strength, the courage, the bravery, and everything that you could muster about who you are, and you remained that. You remained who you were. You came out of your emotions to a degree. It's hard for Scorpios to do, but you did. And it's because of the knowledge and because of what you're made of. Your spirituality that you've grasped onto, it's almost been a lifesaver for you. And even though you may be alone, as in you don't have a partner here, I can't see anybody protecting you or lifting you up in such a way. You are so beautiful and abundant. There is so much here for you. And the universe and our angels and spirit are supporting you in all four corners because of the work you've done and because of who you are as a person. You're such a giving, loving, spiritual person. You pour love into everybody and it helps them flourish. It helps them grow. You bring change into people's lives, positive change. And whereby when you've needed maybe to be carried, all that was there for you is spirit. And that's all we do need. It's not to say that you haven't got people in your life that have helped you. But in general, what I see here is somebody who's had to save themselves, who's really had to, and that's mental. Physical, other people can help. Mentally, people can't. And when you've been mentally slain, and there's been so much pain and betrayal, and yet you've managed to transform, you've managed to stay and rise above whatever it was over here that caused you to have to leave what you thought was stable. And here you are, Scorpio, death and transformation. This is fantastic. When you show up in your own reading, absolutely amazing. Always makes me feel so happy to see that card. For me, that's my favourite card because I am a Scorpio and this is my card. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you're here. With the strength and the courage and the passionate new beginning, the fiery, creative, powerful, abundant new beginning that's coming in for you. You may not always know where you're going at this moment. You may often have to go inside yourself and reconnect, maybe even on a daily basis at the moment, because it gives you that grounding. It lets you feel supported and feel in your ethereal state, which is the most comfortable state for any Scorpio to be in. You are the high priestess. You are the truth teller. You aren't scared to be on your own. You're abundant when you're on your own. You flourish. You bring in about these endings. You bring in about these new beginnings. These new beginnings. I mean, you've got 4 new beginnings here. Your ideas, they're flourishing. You've been the caterpillar. You had to go inside yourself and you had to transform. And that's what you've done. This is what is here. Transformation. You've had to turn your back on something. You had to turn your back on something that meant the world to you. And you were probably there a really long time. I mean, it's still with you. There could be children involved in this situation because of the nostalgia, not just because the children are here and we can see them represented, but because this goes back in time. You know, this does go back in time. But you're moving forward. It's almost like the cards don't want to go back into the past. We started off with the leaving card, and it's let me know that there were truths that had to come out. And you rose above this situation. Whatever this situation was, you acted with dignity, you pulled yourself forward, you kept moving. Even though you may have had 10 swords in your back, you kept moving forward. You kept restarting. You went inside. You used your spiritual intuition and everything that you've gathered through the years, which will be quite spiritual because it's here. There's just so much of it. And you're a very wise person. This Scorpio in particular that can resonate with this message. I kind of feel like you may not have seen, this may have been a slow burning lead up to you having to leave and walk away from this emotional connection, or these emotional connections that you had. You left them behind, which is so very brave. You turned away from them. You used your logical mind. You got your head out of the clouds. And you have infinitely always been a courageous, brave, daring to not put up with stuff, daring to not live in a lie. Scorpios can't do that. It would make them extremely sick. We may do it for a while, especially when we have families, because we're very, very loyal and we're dedicated mothers to our children. We're fierce mothers. You are represented here in that way. And you may have looked at your children for a long time and given up a lot to stay in a situation for them. But they're in the past, the children, so I assume that they may be older now if they're here for you, and you're on a new adventure, a solo adventure. You're defending this new position, this new beginning. Again, there is nobody here but you fighting. You are so brave, and you're defending it because it's for you. You need to find stability. You need to root yourself back into the earth, recover. You haven't brought in death and transformation for nothing, and you're defending it. The sun is rising for you. The wheel is turning. The wheel's been turning the whole time, always in this motion. I can feel the motion coming this way. There may be times at the moment where you're still turning yourself upside down a little bit, having a little rest, going back inside, finding out what direction Scorpio's going in, but you are taking your actions, your thoughts, your plans, and you are going with them. You've got them with you. You're turning that wheel. You've brought an end to this situation. The lies are in the past. They've gone. You walked away from that. You're very, very brave, and you're bringing yourself around. You may feel a little frightened at times and still a little bit wobbly in your mind. You may have thoughts that are rocking your confidence, and it's not surprising. It really isn't. But we've dropped down. We've dropped down from being dead on the floor in the most excruciating pain. Don't forget the owl is here. His eyes are glowing with the spirituality and the answers. And that is your wisdom in the wasteland. You know, that killed you. You're transformed. And your mind is still sore. There's still stuff going on. But remember, Scorpio, it is a self-imposed prison, the Eight of Swords. It's not to say it doesn't hurt, and it's not to say that it doesn't stop you in your tracks, but I think it's just a defensive mechanism, and I think you get trapped within that sometimes because you've been through so much. I mean, having to walk away from a whole life, and having to do it on your own to find stability again, to have to be so strong and to at the same time have so many thoughts and put so many things into action and will them to come forward when you don't really know where you're going. And just using your insights, your intuition and everything you've learnt so far, trying to find stability and always trying to move forward, always trying to make that wheel turn. You'll come out of this. You'll lift each sword one by one, each thought about the past. You need to open your third eye chakra. You need to have a good, hard, deep look inside at everything that you've been through and how far you've come. And you need to understand the bravery that you have. There is nothing you cannot do. There is nothing. You've brought about so many endings standing up for yourself. Originally they may not have been brought in by you, it might not have been what you wanted, but you did it. And you're still alive, and you're still going, and the cards don't even want to tell me where you've been. It is so unimportant to you, the past of how you got here. What is important to you now is healing, moving forward, putting all of these thoughts and these new beginnings and these immensely creative ideas that you've got into action whilst recovering. Let's have a look at the Eight of Swords and see what advice we've got to bring you forward out of your own mind. We have a Knight of Cups here. And we have the Fool. So, you're taking your cup, you're taking everything that you've learnt, and you're going to cross the emotional river, come out of your mind, and take a brand new leap of faith. You've come full circle. We are now at the very beginning. We're on the Fool's journey again. All these new beginnings, and you're going to take a leap of faith into them. You're not scared. You don't know where you're going. You're not sure. It just may be you and your dog, as depicted here. But you've climbed this mountain. This mountain is in your past. It's in the background. It is so unimportant to you now of why this happened to you. We have confirmation that something did happen, but the cards aren't interested in looking back because you aren't interested in looking back. What's waiting for you is the most beautiful card in the tarot. My cup runneth over. Emotional stability, love, all the things that make us happy and whole. You have gifts from Spirit, but they're gifts that you have earned. They haven't just been given to you. Spirit don't just come in and give you these gifts. They give you these gifts because you've earned them. You've had to be strong. You've had to die, and you've had to rebirth yourself. And some stuff still lives in your mind and can trip you up a little bit, but I want you to get up, Scorpio. I want you to remove these swords. I want you to open your third eye chakra and bring peace to your mind, and know that you have turned the wheel yourself. You can defend your new beginnings. your new sunrise, but I don't think you need to. You're such a power anyway that you don't have to feel that there's a war. You don't have to feel that you're attacked. Nothing can touch you. Nobody can. There's not even anybody here really. I mean, this could be somebody, coming in to help you get to this new leap of faith. But I really don't feel that there's anybody here doing that. I feel this is you. I feel these are all your new beginnings. You're taking action. You've taken your love and you are moving forward with it. You are taking it into the future. And from this Knight of Cups, this Ace of Cups, look how big your love will grow. This tells me that there will be love to be given. You will not be staying on your own. But you have so many ideas and so many actions taking place at the moment. I just don't think that this is a priority for you. I think when someone's died and rebirthed themselves so many times, they're so strong and powerful. I don't want you to be defensive towards the warmth of love. You don't need to defend your heart. You're too knowledgeable. There's too much wisdom. You'll know. You'll only attract as far as you've grown. And you've grown very, very far. There is nothing to worry about whatsoever. And here you are at the very beginning. You aren't naive. Sometimes the fool can be a little naive boy. And he can be a fool. But you're not a fool. And even if you were to be a bit foolish, you've earned that. Look what you've been through. Look at the lies and the terror that realizations can bring when they knock your world down. But as I said, I'm not 100% sure what it was, because the cards just don't want to go back there. They really don't. They've allowed me to see that it knocked you down, and they've allowed me to see the transformation. They've allowed me to see that you're very, very strong and that you've moved forward the whole time, and you've kept your creative aspect. You've kept your logical aspect. You know, you are a boss. The Queen of Swords doesn't get to where she gets by not being a clear thinking, excellent communicator. Whatever it is that you communicated about this situation from the past, you did immensely well. You really, really did. You cut through the bullshit. And you were a lion. I mean, you stayed strong. You defended your position. You defended your heart, your soul, your mind. You will always do that. You will always do that. It's infinitely, as I said, who you are. And now you're at the very beginning. You're about to start a whole new cycle in your soul path. And you aren't cold. You're taking love with you. You're going to make offerings of love. You're stepping straight back into the emotional waters of Scorpio. And at the bottom of the deck, who do we have? We have the King of Pentacles. You have all the answers, Scorpio. All the lessons. You're going to find great stability, which is going to enable you to offer this out, maybe to your family, if you've got dreams of supporting others. I mean, you're just constantly in your own reading. You are fertile with imagination and ideas, and I feel that you're going to create them yourself. We have business here, we have learning here, we have you here again as the King of Cups, with your beautiful soft interior and hard shell exterior, forever giving, forever the nurturer, forever the wonderful parent. The High Priest is here, along with the High Priestess. So you've definitely learnt so many things. She brought in the truth. You learnt from the truth. You went inside. You gathered your own intuitions. You pulled them all together. And you started to grow and plant the seeds for your future with everything that you've learnt. Everything. You were taught stuff, but you taught yourself. The High Priest will teach you so much, but he won't teach you everything. You have to learn for yourself. Let's ask about love for Scorpio, because we have no love. We have love, but we don't have love. Let's have a little look and see if love may be coming forward, because it's only Scorpio in this reading. We do have a few children here. We definitely do. We have some, quite a lot of earth. And then we have a water sign, but I do believe we have an earth sign here. Children, what did I say? This isn't always children, but we've got two children, and we've got a young earth person here with her dark hair and her green eyes maybe. Maybe you give to these children, maybe you support them, maybe they're your children. But whatever goes on, you're very generous and you're very giving. You're not a selfish person, Scorpio, you're supportive. Maybe that's what you're working towards, is making sure you can continue. That's where your stability is. Let's have a look. What else have we got for Scorpio? In love. Oh, maybe it was to do with these children. That you had to look back. I don't want to look back for Scorpio. I really don't want to look back. I don't want the cards to start telling me now that there was an emotional loss here. Maybe regarding a family. Maybe you're suffering that now. Maybe you've had to walk away from some children in your life. Maybe because of a third party situation that was a burden to you. But I believe this is a celebration. I think if there have been any problems to do with the past, swamped by emotion, thinking back, stuck in your head about it, crying, feeling genuinely broken-hearted about this situation, whatever it may be for you. I do believe it's more of a family situation than an actual love. Maybe the love or whatever it was before the walking away. But during this situation there is still a little something going on that makes you have some nostalgia. What could have been, what should have been, you know, and it's bringing you some sadness. But there's a celebration here. So you're going to come out of that. You're definitely going to come out of that. It isn't going to stick with you. We asked about love, didn't we? We asked about love. Oh, you have some choices. You have a lot of options in love, Scorpio. That's too many cards. Which isn't surprising because you are Scorpio. Scorpios are very enigmatic. Have a lot of suitors. There could be somebody around you that is pregnant, or you are fertile with so many ideas that you're able to bring home. Aha! And here we have the Sun. This is obviously the happiest card in the tarot. Yet again, in this suit, there is a child and there is an innocence, and the sun has rose fully. It's been rising for you all the way, but because I saw sight of the Empress, there may be a new baby coming. Maybe you want a new baby, or a baby, sorry, but there is a child heading your way. There's a lot of children in this reading, some from the past and some from the now. Defensive, defending. Maybe you feel you have to defend these children. Maybe there's some problems in their life. Or maybe you feel defensive when you hear news about this child. I don't think so though. Maybe in your mind, this has brought you to another place of worry. But there is nothing to worry about. When you get the sun in a reading, regardless of what is going on, and there are a lot of children in this reading, it's going to be great. Everything is going to be okay. It overshadows all of the cards. Please don't forget the things we've been talking about, Scorpio. The journey that you've been on recently, and what may be coming up for you in the next week. A nice surprise or two, but don't let it put you inside your head. It's just your own little thoughts here. And here we have the wish fulfillment. So it's not anything bad for you. Nothing bad at all. Family, the Ten of Cups. This is a wonderful card to finish with. And just to show you at the bottom, we have victory. The Six of Wands. So this journey that you've been on, there's going to be a celebration here, and there's going to be a fantastic ending. All your dreams come true regarding emotion and family. It's going to bring you out of this. To start over here and to end over here with the Fool and this new beginning. I feel like it's two separate things. I feel like we have a whole scenario where you're on your own, and everything that went before that, you know, trying to find stability in your life, going for new jobs, starting small businesses, being the boss of your life, recovering from everything that you went through. And then it leads to a separate, almost sideline situation that has something to do with children, that may have caused you some angst, some worry, you know, some times where you can't work out your thoughts and they're hurting you. You feel trapped in a situation you might not be able to get out of. But the Sun, the Ten of Cups and the Three of Cups most definitely wash that away. So if that is a situation, a separate situation, because I do believe that it is, I don't think it has anything to do with the rebuilding of your life, then it's going to come to an excellent conclusion. Nothing will be lost here. The sun is rising and shining and bringing about a victory for you. And I believe the victory is in the other area as well. I think it's both areas, because for you to be showing yourself, to be so proud, to be riding through the city and everybody's cheering and everybody's happy for you, to me that comes close to an achievement. Something you've put your mind to is coming to fruition. It's the beginning of it though. It's a very, very new beginning. Let's just have a little look. We couldn't find love. We could a little bit here. There's a happy family here. But it's funny that love was being kept a little bit of a secret. So let's see if there's some messages that may come forward to help us a little bit understand where you've been or where you're going. Let's have a look. So we have, I know I messed up everything. I'm starting to understand our connection. I look for you everywhere. I couldn't let you get close to me. So it does seem like There may have been something in the past. Maybe that's what you walked away from over here. It really doesn't want me to know. And I want to feel that way again. Well, if you've called a Scorpio, the Ten of Swords, you're not going to get that opportunity. And in this reading, most definitely not, because you've moved way on. I mean, this to you is a while ago. I don't know if it is a while ago. I feel like it is. We have a lot of nostalgia in this reading, but we have so many new beginnings that's what I want to focus on. We all go through emotional stuff. We all fall out with people, maybe in our family. I hope that there aren't children that are yours that you can't see. I don't think they are, because I just feel like this nostalgia is something that you touch on, but you're not living in anymore. You just need to lift up those swords, Scorpio. You need to keep remembering where you've been and what spiritual lessons you've learned. You've learned so much. I mean, the High Priest was here to tell you he's taught you so much, but the rest you learnt yourself. You walked this path. You walked a hard path. I mean, for people to betray you, stab you in the back and hurt you, it's not an easy path. And it's probably got to do with family, because we have so many family cards here. But it ends on a fantastic note. Don't forget the Fool and the Ace of Cups. We've got all the aces. I'm just asking the angels for a little bit of celestial guidance for you before we go. So we have some crystals. And let's have a look. We have so many. The angels are jumping to talk to you tonight. This offering of love that comes with your new beginning is down here. Once you get out of your head and you let the light in and you give your third eye the space to see, there's definitely somebody here. Definitely. Could be a water sign. But whoever he is, he's absolutely the most stable knight. One more for Scorpio. In the tarot, he moves methodically, he's honest, he's really honest, he has integrity, he's emotional, he's everything good. He doesn't make rash decisions, he uses his heart and he follows through. So here we have crystals, heart's desire, infinite abundance. I told you, there's so much abundance under here. And I said it was infinite. I mean, I must have used the words 4 times. Anyway, it says your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So you could be a healer, Scorpio. I myself am. I'm a Reiki healer. Healing is my thing. I absolutely love it. There's nothing better than helping somebody along their soul's path, another soul, to help them feel better. Nothing comes close to that feeling. And it could be the same for you. Crystals can help that, because they can help you to focus that energy somewhere. And I really just like crystals. We have crystals here. I just like them myself. The energy that comes from them is astounding. I don't particularly use them in my Reiki, but I have done, and yeah, they enhance it. They're just beautiful. Heart's desires. So here we have our little angel. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become reality. You see, all of these new beginnings, all of these fertile, passionate, creative, fast-moving, cutting through the rubbish, being brave, new beginnings. And you have infinite abundance. And it says you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So finally, you are on your life's journey, the right path, finding your purpose. You have changed, Scorpio. You have really changed. And it might have been life that have done that. And that's not a horrible thing. I don't mean you've changed who you are. I mean you've changed and transformed from a grave, you know, from a really dark, sad, very, very painful situation where you've had to see people for who they really were, probably the people that were closest to you the most. Just remember, Scorpio, don't put yourself in a self-imposed prison any longer. Remove the doubt. Keep your courage. Keep your confidence. Inspire yourself, because you're an inspirational person. You don't need to defend the sun rising in your life. It's rising for you, and nothing and nobody can make a difference to that. You're at the very beginning and you have immense victory. It's all flourishing. Everything here is flourishing, and you've earned that. I'm not sure where you've been, but I damn sure know where you're going. And if you need an answer, the answer is yes. Love and light, Scorpio.